Oh my god, Columbia! You know better than that! And here you go again making bad movies. Seriously. This movie's gave me anxiety for life. Okay, sorry about that. Hey guys, this is Miles JB43 here, and today we're doing an extreme rant on one of the worst movies made from Columbia. And that is Zathura, A Space Adventure. Honestly, guys, that has to be the worst movie of 2005. Now, I know that I haven't done extreme rants in a long time, but I clearly think it's time that I do another one for the series, so to make a comeback. So anyways, with that crap to the side, let's get into the plot. So basically, the plot is a mysterious board game sends two brothers named Danny and Walter to space, and in order for the pieces to reset and return home, either Danny or Walter have to win this game, and yada yada yada, and their older sister Lisa doesn't care about any unexpected events happening in this film until we are more than halfway through the movie, and yada yada yada. And they meet up with an astronaut stranded into outer space, and yada yada yada. And then every time a card comes out of the game board machine, and if it says what happens, it actually happens in real life. And yada yada yada. That's basically the whole movie in a nutshell. Literally nobody gives a damn about the plot. Now we get on to the characters. So the main character in the movie, aka Danny, is just so obnoxiously annoying and stupid and bothers his older brother Walter a lot, which we'll get into Walter later, and none of Danny's apologies get accepted by Walter whatsoever. I'm sorry, shut the hell up, you good-for-nothing, stupid, gullible 5-year-old. Okay, now we get into Walter, with Danny by the side. And obviously, Walter is so rude to Danny almost throughout the entire movie. Walter is so mean-spirited towards Danny, and he's always starting up dramatic arguments. And speaking of dramatic arguments, I feel like these dramatic arguments or domestically violent conversations with Danny or Walter is a huge running gag throughout the entire movie. Almost, but still. Now we move on to Lisa. Oh my freaking god, Lisa. She is basically Meg Griffin from Family Guy, but infinite times worse. And let's not forget that she is rude, abysmal, dramatic, judgmental, obnoxious, and even dumb because of the one scene where her room starts freezing up and then she gets frozen and Danny and Walter try to unfreeze Lisa. But no method they have attempted whatsoever worked at all. And as for the dad in this film, he's also a terrible father, just like Buck Cluck from Chicken Little. And look, I know Zathura Space Adventure and Chicken Little both came out the same year, which is 2005. And I already know both of these movies have a lot in common. They're mean-spirited, they both have so much hate, they both have space-related things occurring in each act, and they both weren't one of the movies that I saw in theaters. Anyway, back on topic. For the astronaut in this movie, he's meh, I guess. But the robot is just terrible. Alien life form must destroy. Shut up. He always damages and destroys the house. Most of the time. And finally, the worst character of the movie has to be none other than the Zorgons. Yes, the Zorgons are literally the worst characters in the movie. Hence why they're literally the villains in this movie. Same with the robot, but I'm not gonna lie, the Zorgons gave me nightmares as a kid when I first watched this movie. Anyways, let's move on to the special effects. And there isn't really much to say about the special effects, but one word to describe the special effects in this movie is pointless. Yeah, pointless, I tell you, pointless. And then we move on to the voice acting, such as Jonah Bobo as Danny. His voice acting was terrible. Jonah Bobo sounds like an actual crybaby when he plays Danny in Zathura Space Adventure. Josh Hutcherson as Walter. His voice acting is what makes him a huge bully. Also, I've hated how he's always starting up dramatic arguments like it's always been his damn cue. Like every time. Kristen Stewart as Lisa. My God, she is an absolute a-hole. No joke. And half the movie, she was presumably careless about unexpected events throughout the movie. Okay. Tim Robbins as a dad in this film. My God, it's by far the worst voice performance ever from Tim Robbins. And also worse than Gary Marshall's voice performance as Buck Cluck in Chicken Little. Which, like I said, Chicken Little was absolutely dreadful. Dax Shepard as the astronaut did a mediocre job. And Frank Oz as the small robot. I have no opinion on this one, but John Alexander as the big robot. My God, it's worse. He's a disgrace to Andrew Stanton's voice performance as Emperor Zurg in Toy Story 2. Which, I love that movie. I love the Toy Story franchise. Anyway, back on topic. Yet again. Derek Mears as the Alpha Zorgon, or the Zorgon leader, they probably mean the same thing, was just 100% awful and not as good as I anticipated when I first watched this movie. And Douglas Tate, Joe Bucaro III, and Jeff Wolf as 3 Zorgon minions are okay, I guess. Okay. And finally, last but not least, the music. Oh my God! The music is so ear-bleeding. It's loud, annoying, suspenseful, abysmal, and physically painful and torturous to listen to, especially when unexpected events happen in this movie. And I'm not even kidding, guys. I used to like this movie. I watched on Netflix, and I now hate this movie. This movie was so appalling. I'm never watching it again. And now we move into the final verdict. We move on to the final verdict. Overall, this movie was absolutely dreadful, appalling, extremely rotten, and so long. Like I said, I used to like this movie, but as of right now, I hate it. This movie deserves a 0 out of 10. And also, guys, if you like this movie, I respect your opinion, as long as you respect mine. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this extreme rant on Zathura, A Space Adventure. Our next extreme rant will be on The Nut Job 1 and 2. Oh no. Not these two movies again. But anyways, if you like The Nut Job 1 and 2, I respect your opinion, as long as you respect mine. Anyways, leave a like in this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.